As a kid, I never went to summer camp, so when a brochure mysteriously arrived in my mailbox, it felt like a sign that I just had to go. We were almost there, and filling up at a gas station about 10 miles from camp, found this old backpack on the side of the road where nature had taken over. When I saw it, I knew I had to snap a photo. It's a reminder of just how much closer we are to our summer getaway. Upon arrival, we learned that cabins wouldn't be assigned to us because they were all empty. More room for us, I guess. We went looking for staff after seeing so many rundown cabins. Seems that this one is empty too. Near the staff cabin, we found what we thought was a picnic, but turned out to be the remains of a horrible accident. Was this a staff member? And who the hell chops wood on a cutting board? I tried my best not to let this get the best of me as we continued to wander. Found some remains on the grounds today, memories of what this camp used to be. After a strange start to our stay, we thought a late-night treat might perk us all up. The marshmallows from our cabin tasted a bit odd, though. Can't put my finger on it. We ended our first night with beers in a candle-lit cabin. While the woods were quiet, the old radio in a nearby cabin continued to play on its own. We headed to the cafeteria in the hopes of finding something for breakfast, but no surprise, it was nothing but random cans and jars. Maybe we'll try the lake. While foraging for breakfast, the clouds began to roll in, almost like something was brewing, and for just a moment, I swore I saw something in the sky. Finding food near the lake wasn't going to be an option. We needed more gear if we were going to catch anything. But on a meandering walk back, we found a tent set up. It seemed new. I had convinced myself we were alone on the property. Maybe we aren't. I tried to create a map in my sketchbook to get our bearings, but it seems like every time we wander, we end up back at camp. My map sketch was little to no help, and especially now that we've realized we have no power, I've been trying to scour empty cabins for flashlights and lanterns. After gathering lanterns, we returned to our cabin to find it completely locked. Is this all some type of prank? Or is someone or something messing with us? My partner and I have decided to remain at camp while the rest of our party is going to leave. The locks on the doors seem to be the breaking point. They're leaving us the car, walking to the road, and hitchhiking out of here. Before they left, I tried to print some of my photos for them, except they all turned out blank. It was our first night with just the two of us when I saw it. Like the face in the clouds, the bones of a body came together in the smoke and the flames of our campfire. I don't know if I'm seeing things or if something is trying to make itself known. This bear trap showed up on the grounds this morning, covered in bones. It seemed fresh and human. My partner joked that maybe it was the remains of our friends who hitchhiked out yesterday. I didn't find it all that funny. I headed to the car to grab an extra sleeping bag and quickly realized our car had broken down. Won't start, no way to jump it. If we decide to leave camp, it will be on foot. I'm getting weary of this place. I should have taken the ripples in the water as a sign to stay out, but we're desperately trying to seek a way out of this camp. This photo was taken, of course, moments before he fell in. I screamed and searched the lake for him, but the water was dark and it all happened so fast. I tried to use my waterproof camera flash to find him and captured this. It was as though his body separated into two parts, leaving a shell of flesh and a complete skeleton, which floated along on its own. I'm on my own now. The skeleton, the bones, I don't know if it's a ghost or a ghoul, but I feel like it's hunting me down. I refuse to be next. Instead, I'm gonna gear up and fight. I'm ready and waiting. I chose to hunker down in a cabin I had yet to explore and discovered a box of papers under a bunk. Seems I've been staying at Camp Bones, a nickname given after an entire group of campers disappeared in the 1950s. Even a page of an old journal warned, try to leave and your bones will stay. Knowing that this place is cursed, I can sense it coming for me. A certain darkness has fallen over the camp now as I catch my breath on a bunk. That is, until I heard something outside. There it was, straight out of the woods and standing outside the cabin window, a body of bones staring me down. Moments after this photo is when it lurched. I had already been holding the archery bow when it burst through the door. As quickly as I could, I let off arrows one by one, sending them thrashing into the walking skeleton and cracking into its ribs. And with a final whack of a canoe paddle, I sent the skull to the floor, teeth scattered, bones shattered. But now, I need to escape. With the skeleton handled, I made a run for it. I remembered a whistle in my pocket I had found early in our stay, prepared to use it as I headed for the gates. My final task before my feet touched the road? Leave a warning for others. I nailed up some of the postcards from that box of papers I discovered under the bunk. I've made it out. I'm homesick, and although I know I'm free, I'm still feeling a little strange. My visit to summer camp will certainly haunt me for a long while. But for now, I think it's time for one last photo, a survivor selfie.